Hello, my name is Jim. Today I'm here to read the daily reflections for September 8th, 2025. It's called We Asked His Protection. We asked His protection and care with complete abandon. That's from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 59. I could not manage my life alone. I had tried that road and failed. My ultimate sin dragged me down to the lowest level I've ever reached, and unable even to function, I accepted the fact that I desperately needed help. I stopped fighting and surrendered entirely to God. Only then did I start growing. God forgave me. A higher power had to have saved me because the doctors doubted that I would survive. I have forgiven myself now, and I enjoy a freedom I have never before experienced. I've opened my heart and mind to Him with a capital H. Him. The more I learn, the less I know. A humbling fact, but I sincerely want to keep growing. I enjoy serenity, but only when I entrust my life totally to God. As long as I am honest with myself and ask for His help, I can maintain this rewarding existence. Just for today, I strive to live His will for me soberly. I thank God that today I can choose not to drink. Today, life is beautiful! Exclamation point. I know I don't sound that enthusiastic, but I'm dancing on the inside, all right? Let's see. I'd like to mention maybe a couple things here. I'm an alcoholic. It's in remission. I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in like almost 20 years now. I've been going to AA meetings for like 18, 19 years, something like that. More or less, one per week. So that's a whole lot of meetings. They're all, on average, about 20 minutes long, so go do the math on that. That's a lot of time spent in meeting rooms listening to between, let's see, on average again, 5 people. So all that time, 5 people, different people, a lot of the average here. Anyhow, my point here is that I've heard a lot of things in a lot of meetings, and this meeting I'm saying here, it's a step meeting that I usually go to. So we talk about the steps, and this month, being the 9th month, this book is talking about 9th step and 9th principle, 9th tradition kind of things. Okay, at least that's the way I have it figured. That's the way I'm running my life. That's the way I'm doing this channel. So if we're in the 9th month and I do this reading, just have in mind the 9th step. Let me read that now. The 9th step of Alcoholics Anonymous says, "May direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others." Now, on the September 7th reading, I tried to mention why they use the word wherever instead of whenever, and also the difference between an apology and an amend. So I did hit those couple of points. I didn't get to my larger point, and then the battery or something failed on the camera, and then I had technical difficulties uploading the video. So it says part 1 for September 7th, and I had the intention of doing part 2. I'm not going to do that now. This is why I mentioned that I'm an alcoholic, because I still have these tendencies everything all the time, if you're familiar with that phenomena, where when I was drinking, and also I had many vices. I wasn't averse to using drugs, other drugs, marijuana, LSD, cocaine, just other drugs. But alcohol was legal and available and cheap, kind of, I guess. At least I bought the cheap stuff because I wanted lots and lots of it. So, why I said everything all the time, and how come I didn't do part 2 of the September 7th video, or why I thought it might be necessary yesterday, is because I have these tendencies, like I said. Now, I don't know how this is going to fit in today's reading. It might, though. I have a way some days of getting around to a larger point that does actually sort of make sense. Up here, it kind of is. Anyways, man. Here, let me. That's semi-caffeinated coffee today. Okay, I've quit smoking nicotine now for going on a year. That's a nice feeling again. Let's see. Okay, many vices. My alcoholism is in remission now. I don't feel the need to have a drink. I have tendencies, lots of them, okay? Not necessarily only about drinking. I'm just saying, generally speaking, I still, I said everything all the time. I have these impulses, right? I'm very drawn to the impulse thing. Just right now, let's do this. And then get into that a bit, and then whatever, attention deficit, and then I want to do the next thing. My sponsor used to say that's a shiny bunny, which, anything shiny attracts humans' attention generally if they have eyesight, and something shiny will attract the attention of a human. And so, and then I just get captivated by different things like that. And then the next shiny thing, I'm onto that, because something new is always better, usually. Or that's the way I have a tendency to think, okay? And so, now, part 2, and the video yesterday, I need to go take care of something here. If you hear the cats arguing, leave it alone, please. Stop it. Stop it. Stop screwing around, alright, please? Please stop it. They're going to have at it, and it's distracting me a little tiny bit. Okay, so a tendency to be drawn to the latest, newest, shiniest bunny in the room, and everything all the time. Impulsivity, and a wandering attention span. Sounds like a load. What's this got to do with we asked his protection and why I didn't do part 2 yesterday? I mentioned earlier today in the video, I've been to a lot of meetings. I've been steeped in Alcoholics Anonymous tradition and AA speak for going on almost 20 years. Once a week, okay? And I'm not saying I'm tired of it or anything. I need this kind of thing, I think, because as I mentioned, I am an alcoholic, and it doesn't take a lot, or it might, I don't know what it's going to take for me to drink. I went to treatment twice. In my early days of drinking, let's see, what do they always do on like alcohol assessment at a treatment place or any type of treatment intervention plan along the ways. Not necessarily. Anyhow, alcohol abuse or addiction or something assessment. Oh, the battery's going to die again. I've been at this 10 minutes. The reason I didn't do part 2 is because I just... Here, it'd be better if I said, the reason I was going to do part 2 is because I have this compulsive sometimes, need to want to have to explain everything right now. Everything all the time, syndrome, phenomena kind of thing. Also like with the drugs I mentioned, everything all the time. More's better. So, I'll just keep talking here and the camera will cut me off when it feels like it, alright? We asked his protection. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. I could not manage my life alone. I had tried that road and failed. My ultimate sin, in quotations, dragged me down to the lowest level I have ever reached and unable even to function. I accepted the fact that I desperately needed help. I stopped fighting and surrendered entirely to God. That's, people call that a moment of clarity in the AA speak, as I mentioned, I've heard a lot of. That's when you realize you've hit bottom. I heard an interesting thing from a counselor one time. When you hit bottom, that's when your addiction hands you a shovel and you keep digging to hit a new, lower, deeper bottom. I can attest to that. Here, why I mentioned this, well, let's see. The first time I went to treatment, I didn't think I really needed it. I was just doing that to essentially get people around me off of my back and try and buffalo them, to show them, okay, I'm listening to you. Your wants have been heard. I do have some agreements that I might need some counseling in the way of my alcohol use. I'll go to treatment and do my best. And I did that. And then I started drinking, I believe, the day I left treatment, or at least the week. That was like 26 years ago. And I spent the next 5 years drinking almost to my death. Now,